This is an interview by Linda Jackson with James Brown on the 31st of July 2014. James, could you start by telling me your full name, place and date of birth?
It's James Brown, 17/11/1946.
And can you tell me about somebody in your family who in your family served during the First World War?
Well, the only two I can tell you about is my great uncle, who died in 1916, December, and my granddad, who came back from the war. That's really. But I don't know much about him.
Do you know their full names and where they were born and when they were born?
No, my granddad's name was George Lewis, and my great uncle was William Liptrot, which I can't remember his second middle name. William Bill.
Okay. And do you know when they enlisted or when they served, where they served?
Well, they both went in the beginning of the war. Now, where they enlisted, I'm not sure. They should in Wigan.
Yeah.
One went in the Royal Engineers and the other went in the Lancashire Fusiliers.
Okay. Can you start by telling us a bit about your granddad then? So do you know about what his experiences of the war were?
I don't know anything at all. That's what I've been trying to find out. He died in 1946, I think, 47. So I didn't get to know him, obviously. But he was a feisty character. I know he did a few things, but he was well known around the Wigan Newtown area. He had his own business, horse and cart business. He used to buy and sell and get drunk. But apart from that, I don't know anything else really.
And did you have a story about him during the war being court-martialed?
The story I got was from my auntie, and all she can remember was the wages they used to get sent every week was stopped for God knows quite a long time, and all the locals, they all knew the family, and they all used to help him out and donate bits of food and things. And then his payments started again for no reason. They just didn't know anything about it until my granddad came home, and he'd been court-martialed for striking an officer. But he must have got away with it because he's obviously come home. You know.
And do you know why he did that?
There was a young lad had just gone in his regiment, and he must have been frightened, and this young officer was picking on him apparently, and my granddad took umbrage with him and struck the officer, and he got court-martialed. So apart from that, I can't tell you anything else really.
And do you know anything about your great uncle? Was this his record that he'd served?
Yeah, all I knew he was in the Royal Engineers, and he got killed. One thing you can find is what was sent to me with this. He got killed in, where is it? Tells you where he died.
It's before the Battle of Arras.
Yeah, and they were digging tunnels or something, and he must have got killed in that time just before the battle, 1916. December 1916 it was when he died. I don't know anything about him really, apart from that. Only what my uncle left, these bits of...
Do you want to talk us through those?
Well, these things were left, found on his body after he died. So that's a picture of him. And there's a picture of his grave. That's a record of his grave and his grave in France. And this is just a record of his death from the government. And it's saying, I don't know. He whom this scroll commemorates was numbered among those who, at the call of the king and country, fell all that was dear to them, endured hardness, faced danger, and finally passed out of the sight of men by the path of duty and self-sacrifice, giving up their own lives that others might live in freedom. let those who come after see it, that his name will not be forgotten. Sapper Herbert William, Littrop, Royal Engineers. That's just a record of the medals. This is just a record, the receipt of his medals and his cap badge from the government. They had to send a receipt as they received the medals from the bottom.
Okay, thank you. And you've got some postcards there as well. Who are they?
Have a look at it. That was to my dear boy. That was to his son, and from the force. There was no message on the back now.
So was that to your dad?
That was to my uncle.
Oh, to your uncle. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, and this is to Annie. I'm assuming it's his wife, but I don't know much about his wife. That was a Christmas card. That was. Because my uncle was brought up with his grandparents, so I'm assuming. I can't read this.
I know, they're quite faint, aren't they, some of them?
This was from Plymouth, Holyfoot. 3:30 Saturday. Dear Father and Mother, I am now in Plymouth, the loveliest resort town in England. I have seen the Hall and where Drake played bowls, where he sighted the Armada. I set out to sail at 5 p.m. and posted a letter for you. Today, she sailed, so setting sail for Gibraltar. Can't remember, I can't read the date on it.
Yeah, that's very good.
I'm sure that's. Oh, Tangiers, this one. To my little boy, I am sending you. It's like a horse, I don't know.
Yeah.
From Gibraltar, your loving dad. My dear wife, so she must do it, died then. I am now, Port said, and posting letters from the boat as it is saving stamps. To my lovely little Florence, yeah, the sister Florence as well, from Daddy. And the letter, which is an artist one. Do I read the letter?
Yes, yeah. Okay.
This was a letter from my Uncle Bert on 1st of December 1916. He died 2 weeks later. My dear Bert, I am sending you a card and I am doing my best to get you a helmet. But I will send you a belt with lots of regimental badges on it. How long it will be a good boy for your grandma, for they are very good to you, and I shall perhaps when I come home I will take you to the pictures and for a walk. Write to me just to let me know you are getting on, how you are getting on with your schooling. So just to be good until I come back, your loving dad.
Oh, it's making me well up that. That's sad, isn't it, now?
Yeah,
2 years later, 2
no,
weeks
2
later.
weeks.
Yeah, didn't come home. And you've got your granddad's medal.
Oh yes,
for those ones there
the
as
granddad. Border regiment. He was a just ordinary soldier. He went through the war, He got shot in the arm, but he didn't lose his arm. That's as much as I can tell you about my granddad. I've been trying to find out things, but no. So it's just, there's nothing else I can really tell you about my granddad. I'd like to know more about him because he seemed a real character.
Did he continue with his cart business after the war?
When they came back after the war, they had in the old Wigan, they all had pens, didn't they, at the back of the house. And Grandad used to have pigs and he used to grow his own vegetables and flowers, and he used to sell them off at the back of this horse and cart. And he used to like a drink, apparently. He used to go to one favourite pub and he'd sell all it as much as he could. And he'd go straight in the pub at night, get drunk, and the horse used to bring him home. I'd love to have met him and know more about him, like, you know, but it was just one of them things, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's as much as I can tell you. I'm sorry.
No, that's great. Thank you, and thank you for bringing all these in. Just one of the questions I ask people at the end is, how do you feel about your granddads and your great uncles?
Well, I'm very proud of them. I mean, nothing you have to be, really. I mean, it was just a sad time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I'd love to have met them both, obviously, but you can't do anything about that. So it's just giving them a bit of something. If you show them these, isn't it? You give them a bit of something back anyway. Showing they have done something for us.